Hey dolls, welcome back to Kern County Fair Best in Show winner, the People's Duchess. Thank you so much for joining me, and a special thank you to our channel members. I'm so glad to have you all in our Sussex community. If you would like to become a channel member and kiki with us on our intimate squatty streams, the link is in the description. Squatties have access to exclusive videos, live streams, cool membership badges, stickers, and so much more. If you're feeling very generous, you can also gift a channel membership or 10, and all the love that you show this channel is so much appreciated. I'm working with a Nigerian jeweler to bring some of my favorite pieces from Megan's collection. We just swap out the precious metals for semi-precious and the semi-precious stones as well, including moissanite, materials that are very durable, and it brings the cost down, but definitely not the quality. By now you've figured out that I will use any excuse to run a deep dive into this woman's closet, and today is no different. We are talking about Suits LA and how it stacks up to the original Suits New York, aka Suits Toronto. I love Suits. I binge watched it when it came out on Netflix a few years ago. There's a richness of character development. There's a richness of storyline that I love. I love a good legal drama. We all do. So, like everything with our beloved Duchess, Suits was quite original, and the spin on the lawyer played by Patrick Adams being a fraud, running away from a drug deal gone bad, being kind of a legal Frank Abagnale, that's a good spin. Interesting take. We loved Catch Me If You Can. The biggest liar of them all becomes a celebrated legal hero, despite the fact that he's basically a criminal savant. One of my favorite things about Suits is the wardrobe. I did a special episode on the 15 best looks from Suits, which I will pin in the description. It just goes over Megan's Rachel Zane wardrobe, which was so good. And I'm contemplating doing a follow-up on Donna and Jessica's most iconic looks. Let me know in the comments if you'd love a part 2 to the best looks from Suits. I loved Megan's wardrobe on the show. Sarah and Gina, who played Donna and Jessica, their wardrobes were just as beautiful. We're gonna get all into the styling a little bit later. So how does Suits LA stack up? Let's get into it, shall we? All right, so complete transparency, I have not watched Suits LA. Promo for promo, fashion face-off for fashion face-off is really just what we're here for. As you might be aware, I am not a fan of Stephen Amell. He has a very long history of criminal behavior. As far as I'm concerned, the only reason he hasn't been put into an institution is because he's a white rich guy. He should be in jail anywhere but on the set of Suits. And I hate to be negative, but the things he has said are so incendiary and inflammatory. If nothing else, he shouldn't be the star of a hit show based on his actions, his recent actions, and his unapologetic doubling down of those actions. I will not be watching Suits LA. I will not be putting a dime in that man's pocket. The fact that he's continuously given the opportunity to fail upward is just something I'm not going to participate in. With that said, we can still go bar for bar where it counts. Let's start with the original promos. The first promo shot for each of the series was very beautifully done, very coordinated, very much we're gonna eat this down. I love the attire here, very demure. Then that pop of color on Megan really stands out. Would love to hear the behind the scenes of how they styled this shoot. Obviously there's some symbolism here. I would love to hear it from their perspective. Suits LA, not a fan of this. Looks very AI. Yeah, it's a well done promo, and Lex is very beautiful, but they have her in very familiar clothes and hair and styling, and yeah, I'm gonna give this one to New York. Next up, we have the indoor promo. Between Gabriel mocked and Megan staring at you like this, the black and white also has an element of class that I absolutely love. Always a very well done touch. The angles are good. Lex is also serving face in the Suits LA promo, but once again, they've got her in this Megan-like stance that is highly reminiscent of a certain Nigerian princess in menswear. I'm not necessarily a fan. I don't think that the guys are really pulling their weight. The suits could have been much more interesting. I've always tried to be objective, but again, Stephen Amell kind of ruins the shot for me here. So hands down, this is going to the original cast. The black and white is unbeatable, and this is one of Megan's most beautiful pictures she has ever taken for anything. So next we have this independent cast shot. The body language, the styling. I'm not a fan of how they took this beautiful woman, Lex Scott Davis, and just put her in Megan's skin. From the hair to the makeup to everything about her actual character, they just gave her a Megan Pinterest board, I guess, and said, have at it. And I get that this is a spinoff, so there will be elements of the show to be expected to maintain the same flow and hopefully the same audience. There are elements that the producers and everyone involved will insert into the show to bring back those old viewers. I get that. I respect that. But the Meganification of this poor girl is just not it. I wish that they had given her her own style. Yes, you want her to move a little bit like Rachel Zane. Fine, I get that. But I would have preferred a style that was wholly original to Lex's character, Erin. So in this promo, I gotta give it to Harry and Megan's Time magazine cover, the monochrome, the upgraded, refined man. Nobody did it like Megan and Harry. I feel like it could have been a little bit more original there. It's very evident where they borrowed heavily against from the original series. And look, I really enjoy Lex as an actor. She has an impressive IMDb that includes shows like Training Day 2017, The X's, Florida Man, and really great movies like Son of the South, Sweet Girl, The First Purge, Superfly, and she even played Toni Braxton in the Toni Braxton movie Unbreak My Heart. She's done some amazing work, and I think that this could have been a really great catalyst for her into the mainstream had they not hired Jeffrey Baratheon as her co-star in this Suits reboot. Now, let's talk about red carpet looks. This is one area where I feel like Suits LA bested Suits New York. And literally only because of Lex Scott Davis's stunning red carpet dress for the Suits LA premiere. She is such a fashionista. She's been that girl for a very long time. And while the ladies of New York have amazing red carpet fashion, they all, I think, played it a little bit safe. Whereas Lex doesn't give a darn. She will wear whatever she feels like wearing. And nowadays, people are experimenting more than ever, men and women both. We're seeing a lot of interesting cuts, interesting fabrics. Anything goes on the red carpets these days. And that's where I give the edge to Suits LA. Suits New York, they kind of played it a little bit safe on the red carpet. And speaking of style on the red carpet, Jolie Andretta is responsible for this lovely black and white dress that Lex sported to the Suits premiere. Fun fact, Jolie is the original costume designer for Suits New York, so we do have that continuation of style. Both Megan and Lex have their own unique, independent style that they borrow pieces of their characters from. I'm gonna keep an eye on Lex. She looks divine, and she's clearly poised to be the next it girl. So yeah, I gotta give it up to the Suits LA cast for the red carpet, unfortunately. But overall, Suits New York had the best promos and the best looking cast and wardrobe and hair and makeup. I've been a fan of Gabriel Macht since CSI Miami, where he played this detective who had an alcohol problem and he gotten into a shootout once when he was drunk. He lost his girl and everything. It was wild. And it made me a huge fan of the show and a fan of Gabriel's. For me, nobody is hotter than Gabriel Macht. And Patrick Adams is like his criminal but also very hot savant colleague. And I love the dichotomy between these two. There was always that tense banter, bordering on sexual tension. Harvey did not like Mike. He did not trust Mike. He knew Mike was up to no good, but he kept them around. And the shenanigans that ensued make really good television. And this is why the show lasted for almost a decade, because it was such a good show. If Megan hadn't departed that show, it would have just gone on forever, like Law and Order. I know I was rewatching Suits like, hello, let me just slide in here with my little briefcase and two-piece suits, because Lord knows that is exactly how we used to dress when we had our first job straight out of college. pencil skirt and a white button down standard outfit, and then you'd fancify it with a little gold here and there. And did you guys know about the spin-offs? Oh my gosh, I heard about the Korean spinoff some time ago. Megan went out there and did promo for that. But did you know there was also a Suits Arabia? And they're so good. They are so good. You have to watch these international shows to understand how drama is supposed to drama. We think we have it good here in North America, but in these countries, you will find the most drama you have ever dramaed in your life. Definitely recommend. 10 out of 10 stars. The storylines are so good. The outfits are so good. All you need are subtitles. So in conclusion though, nothing beats the original. I actually want Suits LA to succeed. I would love Aaron Korsh to have another hit Suits under his belt, but no, I will not be watching until they replace Stephen Amell, until he apologizes. That being said, thank you so much for joining me for this episode. Did I get it right? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed the episode, please consider subscribing to our channel and joining our squaddy memberships. The more I grow the squad memberships, the more I'm able to provide members only content that I'm not necessarily able to put out on the regular channel. Have a wonderful weekend ahead, dolls. Be safe, please be kind, and until next time, bye for now.